Hello and welcome to Vinyl Tap. I'm your host Leah Byrne, and in studio today I've got Rosa Corcoran, who's going to be talking about some iconic music records, and then we're going to have a quick look at Rosa's key things to bring to a festival. So Rosa, what's your number one record you have there for us?
How are you doing? First off, we're going to start with the best of David Bowie.
Very good. Actually, that is definitely a good one, seeing as he's just released his new album.
He has, and he was very, very unwell, Bowie. I think they thought he was actually going to retire. He
Really?
had heart surgery a couple of years
I
ago.
don't think anyone thought they were actually going to see him ever again.
Absolutely. But he's the picture of health, and this actually, it's curious, you can see very clearly here in the shot, Bowie has a permanently dilated pupil, and apparently this was as a result of getting a smack and fight over a girl in secondary school.
Something I definitely didn't know.
There
But
you
know actually what's very interesting, I think that we actually got the album released quicker than the UK, which is often usually unheard of.
He loves Ireland. He loves to actually, he actually holidays in Ireland and stuff. But he seems to be fighting fit. He's in good health. He's making really good music. And
do you think he's going to go on a tour, or do you think this is going to be?
I can't see it now. I don't think there would be any need for him to. He's really he's such a huge fan base, and I think that. I think they're just happy he's made new music. I don't think they really.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't mind him coming to Ireland, seeing him
Would
here.
you go and see Bowie?
I think I would. Yeah.
I just think the tickets would be astronomical. I mean, how do you price it?
I'm just looking at all those pictures, makes me so excited to want to go into a festival again. But now we've got Rosa showing us her survival kit to a festival, which we may or may not need soon enough.
I think you might need this for Marley Park. Definitely.
Do you think this is all the vital items that I need to bring with me?
This is it. This is the full kit. So let's get started. What are we going to start with?
This here, what is this? Can you tell me?
It's a raincoat. It's a rain jacket in a bag. So it's a bag with a rain jacket. You can actually stuff other things in this as well. But if you zip it open and you kind of pull it out, you can see this is and it basically it's all kind of mushes back in or whatever. It dries out really quickly as well. You can kind of rip it out even if it gets saturated, and it really dries in maybe a half an hour.
It's actually it's handy because it is something I know when I've gone to one or two festivals without rain gear, and my God, my day was ruined. I had to go home early.
You look ridiculous. You look ridiculous without a rain jacket when it's raining at a festival.
Yeah.
So you really need it. So that's absolutely.
And you get them in all sorts of colours, and definitely it's a fashion statement.
This is your plastic bowl. This is for water. This is for beer, juice, food.
Do you
Money,
think even
coins.
Do you think even for a day festival I need something like this?
I'm not entirely sure now, but you could, I mean, why not? I mean, you could wear it as a hat as well.
Like this?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. I think you could attach a band and you could have it as a bowl, as a hat.
It does,
and if you're absolutely desperate, you can have a bit of a wipe and it'll double up as a deodorant. Just don't say I said
Rosa,
that.
thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
You have been so informative. I will never ever be stuck at a festival now after that information. I'm sure our viewers won't either.
No.
So I will leave it there, and thank you very much for looking at us today, and we will see you again this time next week, and I will leave you with a slideshow of Electric Picnic.
Good afternoon and welcome to Blondes Have More Fun. I'm your host Rosa Corcoran, and I'm joined today by Leah Byrne, who's going to talk to us about Marilyn Monroe. Do blondes in fact have more fun?
I have to say I have an awful lot of fun, so I don't know about brunettes, but I know I probably couldn't have more fun, so we probably do.
Good. Well, we're going to have a look at some photographs now and have a chat about Marilyn.
I think Marilyn had a pretty extraordinary life, really. I mean, it was mainly, I suppose, between the 1950s and the early 1960s that she really was in the limelight and spotlight. But
this is a photograph of her when she's very young.
She was very young, and she actually is originally, believe it or not, brunette. And she grew up, she had quite a difficult life because her mother, Gladys, put her in foster care.
This is her, she's 16 here.
This is her 16, yeah. So she actually grew up in foster care homes. And at 16, she had her first marriage, which was very, very young. And then she was...
These are beautiful photographs, actually. And this is Monroe before she had plastic surgery. Because she actually had a rhinoplasty and a chin implant. And you can see she's still a very natural beauty in these photographs.
She is naturally very nice. But she actually got spotted. She was working in an aircraft factory, and there was a photographer sent to take photos of the women working to give morale and stuff to the people like in World War II.
This is her here actually reading a copy of James Joyce's Ulysses.
It isn't, yeah, because she
was an avid reader. She was very, very
she went to
interested in reading.
California. She was in university in LA, and she was an intelligent woman, and she studied hard and stuff. But I mean, I think it was, you know, like I was saying, she actually was picked up when she was working in this place. She was sent off she was advised to go and be a model. So then she was told to dye her hair blonde, that they wanted models with blonde hair. And this is her now with blonde hair. This
is Niagara Falls.
Yeah, that was actually the first movie that made her really, really famous.
Okay.
It was the first time that we really properly saw her. She'd been in and out of different movies while in college.
And this really is the iconic Marilyn look, isn't it?
Very much, with the
halter neck and the curves and the blonde hair. Yeah.
So that was probably the first time that we kind of saw her in a big movie. And then she was actually in the Playboy. This is her in Playboy. This was 1953, and she was in.
It's an extraordinary cover.
She's absolutely beautiful, but inside there was actually a naked picture of her, and there was a huge scandal over this. A Marilyn Monroe dress. This is my party piece. Woohoo. Time and time again. I mean, I think I look pretty like Marilyn.
I think you're a ringer for Marilyn. Can we get that there on camera? Yeah.
With this dress, it is. I mean, I'm actually just like her double. And sometimes I have my pearls.
Sometimes. Do you actually regularly dress up
as
Marilyn?
Well, do you know, I go to a fancy dress at least once or twice a year, and every time they're like, not Leah again in the Marilyn outfit, but I just can't help it. I'm just kind of drawn to it. It's like coming towards me.
So we have the pearls, we have the polka dot. What else are you going to need?
And then I just have the red lipstick.
Classic Madrid red lipstick.
Wait till you see me here with this.
I'm waiting.
And I mean...
Shimmy? Pop her up.